So this is part two. So what I was saying, rounding up the first part, was basically I have reached out to a couple law firms about the harassment that I've received, because it hasn't just gone past like posting on a story, it's gone past posting multiple videos and me getting horrible hate messages and reporting my accounts. It's gotten out of hand and it's childish. What I was pointing out was the fact that this influencer likes to nitpick at people and bully people, and I'm not the only one. There's actually been a lot of people that he has attacked for certain things, even people that have said nice things that he didn't agree with. And this is supposed to be someone that owns a business. This is supposed to be someone that advocates for children's birthday parties, who goes to birthday parties and, is around children, who talks the way he does and acts the way he does. And then he bullies people. He's an internet troll bully. And, I did talk to a couple attorneys. I did get some, advice for this whole situation. And they basically said that I didn't say anything horrible. I didn't say anything mean. They said the internet is a really daft place and people get out of line because their feelings get hurt. I was told that basically people can't, handle the fact that people don't agree with them. So they have to act out. And this is like one of those situations. And I agree because, I said something to him. I've messaged him in the past. I've said things to him in the past on my other account, as I said, and I've never had issues. And now all of a sudden, like, he's all triggered about a bunch of different stuff. And like, I don't know if he felt like I was attacking him like everybody else was, but I wasn't. And so he posted me on his story. And then after he posted me on his story and people figured out who I was from the little profile picture, which then he states that normally he posts people's names. So he admitted in the video that I saved that normally he puts people on blast. So he's allowing harassment. He's not blocking out people's faces or he's not blocking out their names. So he is allowing his followers to get harassed by his other followers. So he admitted that he is, voluntarily, giving his fans permission, to harass. Is that basically what that is? Because those were his words, not mine. And so, it started with my profile picture. Yeah, he didn't post my name, but they figured me out. And so I responded with a video, and all I said was, I don't post like this crazy stuff every day. Like, I mute family that posts this stuff. Like, it's not uplifting, and then it went from me saying like what I meant by what I had said, and it wasn't even rude or mean. And then he went off and he bullied me, and I got harassment, and that's a very rude, sad individual. I might have issues, I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. But, then this so-called person comes in and he says messages him on TikTok and provides evidence about me. So another side of the legal aspect of that is whoever that was that came in and posted all this stuff to him about me, they can subpoena records. So that person will also get in trouble for the defamation because they went and sought out information about me, whether it was public or not, for him to continue the harassment. This was confirmed by an attorney. He doesn't think that I'm going to get one, but I am speaking to a couple law offices actually about this whole thing because not only, are you harassing someone, but this is like messing with someone's mental health. Especially since I'm pregnant and high risk and I'm dealing with a lot, for this person to keep posting on social media, on major platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, like I've screenshotted and screen recorded everything. So if this all goes away, it doesn't matter because I have all of, the evidence. And, he wants to sit here and say that all these accounts that were commenting were me. Well, I'm sorry, but they're not me. And if they were me, nothing was said that was slanderous or rude or mean. I read through all those comments. I read everything that everybody said. and, what was said. And one of them is my good friend who I partnered with making merchandise, because I did have a music group going years ago, and she had commented on the stuff too, defending me, because why wouldn't friends defend their friends when someone's doing this kind of stuff? So here's another thing he posted about he's going to look through later judging, and, but that's a lot of his followers. And then he posts he's even more mad at these people. And my thing is, like, I'm rounding back to the business thing here. Like, I'm rounding back to owning a business, because I'm going to be trying to own a business. I want to do my own thing. But this kind of stuff, like posting this, like, you might have a big following. You might have tons of customers, wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever kind of business. But when you go in specifically and you start picking apart people that are commenting on your stuff and who are posting an opinion, you're always going to have an opinion from somebody. You're always going to have somebody saying something that you don't agree with. But publicly bashing people when you own a business, I don't care if you like this person. I don't care if everybody in the world likes this person. The point is, if it's not you getting bashed, you don't care. But the moment it's you getting bashed, then you'd have a problem. Then it would be an issue. Then you would feel a certain way about it. My thing is, like, the biggest thing that keeps circling back to me is, like, you're advocating that you go to birthday parties. You're advocating that you're involving yourself with children, but then you're acting inappropriate. You're acting like a child. And that, to me, it doesn't sit right. And the biggest thing for me was, out of this whole thing, everything that I said, I never once even mentioned, like, the LGBTQ community, or I never even brought it up. All I said in my message was, like, you're not gonna change the way people feel about it. Like, there are people that just live their life and do what they want to do. There are people that just go on with their life and they're happy doing what they want to do. And it just seems like he's one of those people that want to just shove it down everybody's throat. And if you don't agree with it, he's going to bash you and make stuff up and lie about you. And then even his followers get crazy and say all these nasty, horrible things, like calling people homophobes and attacking them. And, like, that's weird. That's insane. Like, I stated multiple times, I have, like, my brother is gay. He does drag. I have a couple cousins that are gay. My cousin, she married a woman. Like, I have a couple trans friends and a couple trans family members. I don't hate them. I don't sit here and badmouth them. I don't sit here and say, oh, I'm not for that. I'm mutual with that. It's not something I'm advocating for. It's not something I'm going to go stand out on the street and have a sign, like, fighting about it. But I'm not going to sit here and tell somebody that they can't do something that they don't want to do. And then he's got all these followers saying that, oh, I don't have that kind of family. I don't have the way that I talk. I don't have that family. And then he's got people calling me stupid and a whole bunch of other stuff. First off, none of them know me. None of them know anything about me except what this content creator has said. And now this person that has come forward with, content that they are not allowed to be sharing and exploiting around. And they're lying. They're lying about me. Like, that is slander. Like, do these people not realize that, like, lawsuits get serious? Like, bashing people publicly and saying things and making merchandise is slanderous, and it's bashing someone publicly, and that's a serious lawsuit. Like, you could sit here and say, oh, okay, well, start Googling it. Start Googling what slander and, like, defamation of character, how serious that is. Especially with someone with a huge following. Especially someone with a huge following who's sitting over there, reposting things and then in the comments being very rude and saying nasty things and allowing followers to say nasty things. Like, I'm sorry, but just Google defamation of character and slander and look at the lawsuits, because It's a real thing.